Hello, NBA fans. Every day we have news about the Los Angeles Lakers. I'm a Lakers fan and I ask for your help by subscribing to the channel and giving me your thumbs up. The Lakers are betting everything on Luka Doncic, and the star has requested that his former teammate Daniel Gafford be signed. The Los Angeles Lakers are reportedly interested in Daniel Gafford, a center who previously played alongside Luka Doncic. At 7-3, the Lakers are sitting fourth in the Western Conference heading into Sunday's slate of games, all while Austin Reeves, Doncic, and LeBron James have missed games to start the campaign. Their quick start has people around the league wondering if they can compete in a tough conference full of serious contenders. As head coach, J.J. Redick's team rises amid the injuries, the front office might consider trading for a veteran who can help the team now and keep pushing up the standings. The Lakers still need a more powerful interior presence despite bringing in former number 1 overall pick DeAndre Ayton. The former Arizona big man is known for his inconsistency, and pairing him alongside a reliable player could help unlock additional size and versatility on the roster. Someone who could hit the market is center Daniel Gafford, who currently plays for the Dallas Mavericks, where he has played alongside Luka Doncic. He thrived when paired with Doncic, offering a vertical lob threat who set a quality screen for the ball handler. The Lakers were linked to Gafford throughout the offseason, mainly due to his need for a new contract and Los Angeles's requiring a center. Gafford eventually signed a 3-year, $60 million extension with the Mavs, securing his spot in Dallas and forcing the Lakers to explore other options, which eventually led them to Ayton. Could Gafford land on the Lakers? There might be another chance for the Lakers to acquire Gafford during the season. According to Brett Siegel of Clutch Points, the Mavs are considering possible roster changes, and Gafford could be a player available. One quick, small bit of intel revolves around the Dallas Mavericks' slow start leading to teams wondering if they make roster changes before the trade deadline, Siegel wrote on X. Several teams continue to monitor Daniel Gafford, including the Los Angeles Lakers, sources told at Clutch Points. If the Lakers continue to win and the Mavs end up deciding to trade some of their veterans, Gafford would make sense as a trade target. The Lakers have expiring salary to facilitate the trade, although draft compensation may end up being the point of tension in negotiations. Lakers' J.J. Redick teases Austin Reeves' injury return. Austin Reeves has not played in the past 3 games for the Lakers, and head coach J.J. Redick shared an update on the guard. The Los Angeles Lakers have played well this season despite the several injuries they've had to deal with early. Of course, LeBron James has been sidelined and has yet to play this season, but even Luka Doncic has missed some time. Austin Reeves is the latest key player for the Lakers who is dealing with an injury and hasn't played in the past 3 games. The Lakers are calling it a minor groin strain for Reeves, and head coach J.J. Redick shared an update on when he may return. Given the fact that his pain is low, I would expect him to be back at some point on this trip, Redick said via Lakers reporter Mike Trudell. Before Reeves was injured, he was on a week-long run scoring at a high level and keeping the Lakers afloat while Doncic was sidelined. It even included a game winner against the Minnesota Timberwolves, where he finished with 28 points and 16 assists. He and Doncic are 2 of the reasons why the Lakers have been very successful early this season, and the hope is that it continues when James returns. With no Reeves in their last game against the Atlanta Hawks, the Lakers were not able to win, and it may have been one of their worst losses of the season. Redick would probably think so as well, and after the game, he didn't hide the fact that he wasn't satisfied with the way that they played. They brought the requisite level of effort and urgency and physicality, Redick said after the game. The Lakers have 4 more games on this road trip, and they're up against some tough opponents, such as the Oklahoma City Thunder and Milwaukee Bucks. Redick had hoped that Reeves would come back sometime during this trip, which is good news for a team missing some key players. Lakers' Austin Reeves already drawing interest from multiple teams ahead of potential free agency. Lakers guard Austin Reeves has potentially made a lot of money in the absence of LeBron James, and for 3 games, Luka Doncic. Reeves is averaging 31.1 points per game, the 4th most in the NBA this season. In addition, his 9.3 assists per game are also fourth in the league as Reeves continues to prove that he can not only be a complementary piece on a winning team, but the number one option. More news, Lakers' Jake LaRavia responds to Anthony Edwards trolling him. In the stretch without both Doncic and James, Reeves led the Lakers to a 2-1 record, averaging over 41 points per game. "He's a better player than I ever was," Lakers head coach J.J. Redick told reporters. "There's certain things you do in basketball where I can't coach you on, there's just not. I didn't have the game that he had. And I think his willingness to just be coached from the first day that I got this job to today, every day he's just willing to be coached." Reeves is slated to become an unrestricted free agent after this season, with the assumption being that Reeves will decline his $14.9 million player option. If he continues to keep up his production over the course of the season, he could stand to make over double that salary annually. According to NBA insider Mark Stein, Reeves is already attracting a lot of attention from teams across the league. "A lot of people are monitoring," Stein said on the All-NBA podcast. "Again, the question will be, right now, there are teams projected to have cap space. But as we know, this is an era of everyone doing extensions, teams making trades, trading for guys before the February deadline to use their cap space before they even wait to free agency. With the flexibility teams have with a malleable cap, a number of contenders could emerge for Reeves come the offseason. Bronny James is finally improving and showing potential. On November 8, 2025, the Lakers lost 122-102 in Atlanta. Still, the buzz afterward wasn't about the final score, it was Bronny James and the way he played. He is finally starting to promise after struggling since coming into the NBA. Bronny's stats. In just 18 minutes, James tossed in 9 points, grabbed 2 boards, handed out 2 assists, and snagged a steal. He shot 4 for 6 from the field and hit a 3. Solid numbers, but what really got people talking was how he got them. This game felt different for James, and it wasn't just the box score. Fans zeroed in on his shot selection and those smooth mid-range jumpers. He looked confident and sharp with the ball in his hands. That kind of praise isn't empty hype either. Scouts and coaches want to see a young guard score efficiently and make smart plays instead of forcing shots. James did both. Bronny's efficiency. His efficiency stood out. Sure, 4 for 6 is a tiny sample, but it says something about his discipline. He took shots he could actually make, not just any look he got. He didn't try to play hero, either. Instead, he mixed in some playmaking and defense, those assists and a stall. Fans noticed, too. Some even called for him to get more minutes. Bronny deserves more minutes than Connect, now there's a headline. Others loved the way he kept his cool, especially on the road. You can feel the growing belief that Bronny's instincts are starting to catch up with his talent and athleticism. Bronny's basketball IQ. But maybe the most important sign for James' future? He looks like he knows his role. Young guys need that. In this game, he played like a guard who understands what the coaches want. Move without the ball, pick good spots for mid-range or catch-and-shoot jumpers, and defend with energy. When fans point out his confidence, they're really saying he's learning how to help the team, not just put up numbers. That kind of mental growth is often the difference between a prospect and a real rotation player. Of course, you've got to keep things in perspective. It's just 1 game and 18 minutes. He'll need to prove he can keep this up with more minutes and tougher defensive assignments. There are still big questions. Can he stay disciplined with his shot selection when the pace picks up? Can he create for others when the offense stalls? Defense. And can he defend well, especially off the ball and against quicker players? If those things don't come along, he risks being just a situational spark plug and not a real rotation piece. Fans always get ahead of themselves. It's part of the fun, but it's also why you don't crown a rookie after a hot night. Still, what we saw was efficient shooting, a steady all-around game, and real poise, which gives you a reason to feel optimistic. Right now, James' most likely path is carving out a steady bench role, a smart, high IQ guard who can hit shots, defend in small lineups, and occasionally run the offense. His future. If his minutes go up and he keeps playing like this, he could turn into a trusted rotation guy who's on the floor every night. Coaches notice when a young player brings that steady, calm impact, especially on a big stage. Bottom line, this game in Atlanta didn't change Bronny's career overnight, but it definitely nudged things in the right direction. Clean shot making, smart decisions, and visible confidence. Fans saw it, and so did anyone paying attention. If James keeps building on this, with solid defense and playmaking, there's every reason to believe he can become a regular NBA rotation guard. The Lakers made a successful signing. LaRavia has been tremendous in purple and gold. The Lakers needed an impact player after they lost Dorian Finney-Smith in free agency. LaRavia was the first name they called, and the deliverables from the former Grizzly and Kings have spoken for themselves. Amid a fluctuating role due to injuries, LaRavia has been able to maximize his playing time in the rotation. One of the newest Lakers is quickly making a name for himself in Los Angeles. Jake LaRavia is about to become a household name in Los Angeles. It did not take long for a big breakout performance from LaRavia in a Lakers jersey. His coming-out party took place in the team's second meeting against the Minnesota Timberwolves on October 29. LaRavia started the game and poured in 27 points, shooting 10 of 11 from the field and 5 of 6 from beyond the arc, in the Lakers' tight 116-115 win over the Timberwolves. It forced a fan in attendance to ask a very important question: who is number 12? Wolves fan. Who is number 12? Anthony Edwards. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. Anthony Edwards joined in on the inquiry, adding his own interest. The answer is simple. Number 12 is a difference maker. That is something his former franchises failed to recognize. I kind of played into it a little bit, LaRavia said of the moment against the Timberwolves. I find that kind of stuff funny because I am not well known at this moment. So I'll just, head down, working hard, that's all I do. Shout out Anthony Edwards for allowing that clip to go viral. LaRavia has the mindset of a player who is ready to prove himself. There is no bigger stage for letting everyone in the NBA know who you are than Los Angeles. A star in his role like Alex Caruso used the platform in Hollywood and ensured that he quickly became known around the league. LaRavia now has the opportunity to do the same. The Lakers wing only signed a 2-year, $12 million deal in Los Angeles. Making the most of that time will quickly lead him to a much bigger contract when the opportunity to negotiate comes around again. The Lakers are noticing Luka Doncic stepping up on defense this season. Luka Doncic's defense has been a constant criticism in his career, but he's showing signs of improvement this season. While there were a lot of unfair criticisms lobbied his way, one of the more fair and persistent critiques of Luka Doncic has been his defense. Throughout his career, Luka's defense has come under fire time and time again. While there is no expectation of him being a top defender given his offensive responsibility, the performance from Luka on that end of the floor has been excruciatingly bad at times. One of the hopes of Luka getting in better shape this summer was that it would have positive consequences on his defense. And while it's still a small sample size early in the season, hope has become reality. Luka has not only had a much more spirited effort on that end of the floor, he's also taken on the role of being a vocal leader as well. There's been a couple of games where he's gotten off to a slow start defensively, just in terms of his physicality and engagement, Redick said after Wednesday's win over the Spurs. But overall, I think it's been really good. To have 5 steals and 2 blocks on the night when you're in foul trouble, still staying active, still participating, there wasn't Matador defense. He still guarded. That was huge. The expectations of Luka on the defensive end are never going to be as high as they are on the offensive end. However, there is a certain level of compete both coaches and teammates will want to see and expect. If you savant on one end, they usually don't talk about the other end and the things that you can do, but we know Luka can play defense, Marcus Smart said. It's tough. We're asking him to go out and do what he do on offense and then come out and play defense like me. It's impossible. It's going to come in spurts and we acknowledge it and we're thankful for him giving that effort. While Luka is going to be limited in what he may be able to physically do on that end of the floor, he isn't limited in what he can provide vocally. That's been one of the areas where he's helped the most this year. Early this season, he's often been positioned defensively as the low man, which allows him to see the whole court. Luka has taken advantage of that to communicate with his teammates and be a quarterback on that end of the floor. He's trying to be more vocal compared to last year, Rui Hachimura said. I can tell he's more vocal on defense. He's trying to talk. He's trying to be more aggressive. That's why he almost fouled out, literally. I've never seen him like that. But he's trying to be more aggressive, and that's what we need from him, too. It's been great. Fresh report shows NBA thriving without LeBron James. For nearly 2 decades, LeBron James has been the defining face of the NBA, a generational icon who has shaped the modern game and expanded its global reach. With 4 league titles, 4 MVP awards, 21 All-Star selections, and the all-time scoring record, James has built a legacy that transcends basketball. His presence has fueled the league's popularity worldwide, helping transform it into one of the most recognized sports brands. Now in his 23rd season, with his career gradually nearing its end, questions have naturally surfaced about how the NBA would fare in a future without its most marketable star. Those concerns, however, may have been put to rest following a strong start to the 2025-26 season that came without him on the court. The NBA got its first glimpse of a post-LeBron era after James was ruled out for the start of the 2025-26 campaign with a sciatica injury, which has so far sidelined him for the Los Angeles Lakers' first 10 games. Despite his absence, the league reported record numbers early in the year. The NBA announced Friday that the first 2 weeks of the 2025-26 NBA season have delivered the most viewers in 15 years, with viewership up 92% year-over-year for nationally televised games. That surge suggests the NBA continues to thrive even without its biggest name.